guys, Ron from Wild Better Fish USA. This is going to be a FunctionBuilt-Aquatics edition of Wild Better Fish USA. This tree that you're currently staring at is a mangrove tree. I just recently picked up this tree at Reef-A-Palooza this past weekend at the New Jersey Meadowlands. It's approximately 3 to 4 years old. I have a really cool plan for it. Nathan and I have been talking about how we wanted to do a reef tank, and it's going to be basically set up all around this mangrove tree. So what you're going to see eventually will be a reef tank designed around a mangrove swamp. I'm sure it's been done plenty of times, but it's not been done the way we're going to do this. So what we're currently doing is using one of our Kessel light fixtures. This is the non-adjustable Kessel. This is one of the, probably about 3 years old. We've had this for a number of different setups. This was on the riparium that we had about 3 years ago. There were 2 of them. So what I'm doing is I'm currently getting the mangrove tree itself used to the Kessel lighting, because that'll be the light that will light the tree itself. The actual corals will have their own lighting, probably a Kessel light, something along the bluish white, higher Kelvin rating that typical reef setups do have. But the actual tree itself, it's going to get one awesome looking Kessel. So what I'm trying to do right now is, when I bought the tree, it was completely acclimated to fresh water. So what I plan on doing, the larger container right here is either going to hold crushed coral or sand. And what that will do is allow me to elevate the actual tree itself to about maybe an inch from the edge, right there where my pinky will be. So we're going to fill crushed coral in the larger container. Then I'm going to repot the tree itself in this smaller container right here. BZ came to visit. She's been hanging out. She's newsy. Hi, B. So what we're going to do is we're going to replant the tree in the smaller pot that'll be inside the larger pot, and that'll actually have soil, and we'll fertilize the actual tree itself, feed it. We're going to slowly acclimate the tree to salt water, so when we do put it inside the reef setup, and like we said, we're going to basically design and set up this reef tank around this mangrove tree. It's not going to be your typical reef tank. It's going to be probably dominated by more larger polyped stony corals. I would love to do sort of like a mangrove swamp with maybe possibly some turtle grass, maybe a couple different large elegans corals in the style and manner that they're used to living, which is basically in substrate, not attached to your coral rock base like some people will do in a reef tank. That's not the way elegans coral actually grows. It has a little cylinder style base to it, and what that'll actually do is stick in the mud, keep the coral in the mud, and its large fleshy polyped attachments are meant to keep mud from suffocating the coral. They will sway back and forth in the current and allow the mud to actually come off the polyps and not suffocate them from light, not suffocate them with large amounts of detritus. So like we mentioned before, the reef tank itself will be designed around this mangrove tree. The size tank, I'm not really sure what I'm going to go with yet. It's not going to be super large. It could be anywhere between 25 gallons or anywhere to 60 gallons. So we'll figure that out in due time. But right now, we're working on the tree, and next week we'll start working on the acclimation of the salt water. So stay tuned for more of the FunctionBuilt-Aquatics Mangrove Reef coming soon. Thanks, guys. See ya.